it seems to be very easy for the top players to be more vulnerable now than before. But Ronnie's done a very good job, I think. Don't underestimate, even if he hasn't been on top-notch play, don't underestimate the importance of getting through against a tough player like Peter Ebdon, informed Peter Ebdon as
absolutely, well. Yeah, and actually to follow up on that point, that's something I think, that quality in Ronnie is something we've seen very much in the last 3 months or so. He went to Germany and he was under severe pressure there. He knew he had to win one of the 2 next world ranking events in order to more or less automatically qualify here. I mean, he was in danger of not being here at all at one point.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, in the first round he was 4-0 down to Andrew Higginson in Germany and came back to win 5-4 and went on to win the tournament. Yeah, but I think we've seen a little bit more patience from Ronnie than we would have expected in this type of match, you know. And he's obviously he's up for it, you know, and he's determined. And although he's not firing on all cylinders, you know, as the tournament progresses, and if he gets through this match, which we expect him to do, that, you know, he will get better and better.
Okay, back to John and Willie then.
Yes, and an excellent break-off from Peter Ebdon in this 12th frame. Ronnie tapped the table in appreciation. That's a little bit unlucky, isn't it? It played a shot to nothing, and if that red hand had come over the middle, he would have virtually got away with that. How did that red end up there? As Jord hit the pack, it's another one out, and there's that red breaking out, which has come right over to the position you can see it now. This is where Peter's going to have to try and win a frame at one visit. He doesn't want to, as Ken said, just keep having to grind everything out. It's almost impossible to grind out 7 or 8 frames on the trot. You've got to win some frames at one visit. I'm very sorry, but that's a stinker. I just don't know why he's ended up there off that shot. He's shaking his head, Peter, but he completely overhit that. A massive area to come into there to make sure he's on this red, but to finish there, oh, that's unforgivable.
Peter Ebdon 4.
He really is enjoying the battle of safety this afternoon, Ronnie. I don't think I've seen him try so hard in the safety exchanges as he has done in this first few frames. Safety success pretty high from both players. Needs the jaws to come to his rescue here, and they have. Just coming down the table to have a look to see the red on the right hand side. As we look, he's going to chip off that one. What it's going to do to the other reds, I don't know whether he can play it through the gap so it doesn't contact anything. Well, I think he actually hit the wrong ball there. Yes, he did. Must have been quite a small gap through there. Flicked the other red, and to finish where he has is quite fortunate. Allied to the fact that hampered Kieran as well.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie Sullivan 4.
It's quite a delicate shot for Peter to play. He doesn't want to be playing this with any pace and moving the reds around and leaving one on for Ronnie, so you can't blame him for being on the soft side with this. He just needs to just have enough pace to reach the reds.
Well, that can be described as a twitch. He was so anxious about not reaching. And I know what John's saying about, but he can afford to hit it, another foot of pace. It's certainly a shot that he should be able to, obviously, because it is 2 times he's missed the ball, he won't be risking playing at that pace this time. But he's going to play the same shot, but I think it'd be slightly harder. No problem this time. Wasn't that difficult, Peter, was it?
And I have actually lost a frame here at the Crucible Theatre. For 3 misses like that, yep. I played against Anthony Hamilton, and believe you me, it's embarrassing.
Has he spotted a plant?
Well, if this is on, hold on to your hats, because these will go everywhere. Yep, you can see it there. Just slightly on the right-hand jaw as we're looking, but I think the way Peter will play it, he'll make this into a plant. So get ready. Attention, all pockets, here we go.
Yes, he might be playing this one slow. In fairness, you'd have to say it's a little unfortunate not to get the white into open play. OK, the white's come out, but unluckily for Peter fans, he's not on the colour. Threw his cue at this, didn't he? Watch his head, arms, everything went. Took a while for the white to spin with the spin. He's a little unlucky he caught the second red thick, otherwise that cue ball would have been back in baulk. So only a safety shot. Unlucky.
Seemed a hell of a lot of effort for 1 point there, really.
Just keep an eye on the white. When it hits the second red thick, all of a sudden it takes its time to get that top spin on. If it caught that red slightly thinner, that cue ball would have been in baulk area. Ronnie's safety at the moment on that kind of shot is poor. He's not catching the edge of the ball.
Well, he completely hit across that. He had a bit of side on that to try and whiz it round the angles there to get on the black in the same pocket. And he hit right across that, and he knows it.
Yes, and up to then he'd got 100% pot success rate with the rest.
One.
Unfortunately, he did twitch a bit at that one. He knew it was an important shot, and that could be his last shot in this frame.
Eight. 9. 16. $17.
No need to, but Ronnie might just play the kiss on the red next to the pink here, just to hold the cue ball. Just slows the cue ball down, you see, so he didn't have to run away, and also what it does is bring the pink into play.
24.
Never misses a trick, Ronnie. Along with Hendry and possibly Ding.
25.
They see the shot so quickly.
We're always extolling his virtues when we watch O'Sullivan, but one of the great things about him as well is after safety
31.
battles, prolonged ones at that, he can score.
32.
Sometimes you get put off if you're in long safety battles to score immediately after, but it doesn't bother Ronnie. He really does hit the ball sweetly.
38. 39. $45. 46.
'And that's the other thing when you're sitting in the chair watching
52.
him. He scores so quickly. Blink of an eye, he's 55 points behind here, Ebden.
53.
Peter now knows he's facing the task of having to win the remaining 7 frames. So just one more red needed.
60. 61.
And this knowledgeable, crucible crowd realise that that is frame ball. This is more O'Sullivan pace, isn't it? Still at 15 seconds a shot.
68.
And when you consider there's been some safety played to date, well, that's dropping as well. That's the old tables, isn't it?
68.
So once again, Peter decided to carry on. He's 71 points behind. Not too many players would carry on from here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, he looked at Peter Ebden, Ronnie looked back, and Peter acknowledged defeat in that frame. So 68 break was more than enough for Ronnie O'Sullivan to go further clear at 9-3. Now, we saw Peter earlier on in that frame, John. Up to now, he had 100% pot success rate with the rest. But we see this shot here when he's playing with the rest. And honestly, this can only be described as a twitch because everything moved.
Yes, he's trying to play a delicate screw across the table here with a bit of side, but of course when he hits this, he hits right across it, doesn't get the work on the cue ball he wants, throws it off, hits the jaw. As you say, everything moved apart from the lampshade there, but it was not pretty, but it was a little bit of pressure on a shot that was quite delicate there.
Yes, and obviously, as you mentioned, Ronnie O'Sullivan then cleared with 68 points, and he did it in the blink of an eye, as you mentioned. And I think the shot time is crucial in this game. Ken alluded to the fact that Peter Ebden, playing like he is, couldn't get back into the match. And you'd have to agree with that.